coming up in court today.
Did you bring any proof that these procedures were necessary? Did you? That's all I'm asking. Any proof? Any books? Any research? And did you bring the pap smear showing that something's wrong with it?
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real justice. Justice is eye for an eye.
The plaintiff is suing the defendant, her doctor, claiming he charged her for some unnecessary medical procedures. The defendant claims he is innocent, and these procedures were necessary.
I know what Dr. McDougall did was wrong. He knows what he did was wrong. I want justice to be served, and I want to put this all past me.
I'm a physician. I save lives. I believe in the judicial system in America. I'm going to win today. It's a frivolous lawsuit, no merit. I'll come out on top and get this cleared off my calendar and get back to saving lives.
All rise!
All right, we got Stephanie Wilson. You're suing Dr. Francis McDougall here. You're saying that he did some unnecessary medical procedures on you, and that because of that, you had to spend $1,485 out of your own money to pay for these unnecessary medical procedures. Dr. McDougall, I read your affidavit. You're saying that these procedures were necessary, that you are wary of lawsuits, and that's why you wanted to make sure you had everything covered. Okay, Ms. Wilson, tell me a little bit about your case.
All right, well, I went to go see Dr. McDougall for my first pap smear. I went to go see him and had my first procedure, waited to hear from him. A couple days later, I got a call saying that there was some stuff iffy. They didn't know exactly, if everything was correct, so they wanted me to come in, take one more procedure, and they said this time my insurance wouldn't cover it. So I was a little bit worried about it. I went in and talked to him, and he said it was required that I had to do this, that they needed to know for sure. So I went ahead and did this other procedure, waited to hear on that one, and they called me back a little later. I had to have another procedure. This is my third, and...
Well, how do you know these procedures were not necessary?
This is the interesting part. I called in after my third procedure. It was a couple weeks later. I still hadn't heard from him. And I called in and he wasn't at the office, so I talked to the nurse practitioner and I asked her if she could please look up my information if I could find out some stuff. And she looked through my stuff and she said that my first pap smear that I had, there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing abnormal. There was no reason for me to have the second two procedures.
That is incorrect.
All right,
That
Dr.
was what she
McDougall,
told me.
she says that she was wrongfully told that her first pap smear something was wrong with it, that she talked to your nurse practitioner, which is pretty much your second person in line for helping you, and that the nurse practitioner said there was nothing wrong with that pap smear. Why'd you order these other procedures?
Your Honor, my judge practitioner has been with me for 24 years. She would never make a statement like that to a patient.
All right.
Never.
What
And
proof
she's
do you
not a
have that there was
physician.
nothing wrong
I
with the
am.
pap smear?
When I called her, that's exactly what she told me. She told me that there was nothing wrong, nothing abnormal. She had seen these things left and right. She has been like she said, like you just said, she's been working with you for a long time.
You're making it up.
No,
It's a
I'm
lie.
not making it up. It is not a lie.
Okay.
It's an absolute lie.
Okay, sir, listen, what is your, I'm gonna ask that you get me your phone number to your office and give me your name and your nurse practitioner. And is that your notepad?
Yes, it is.
Okay, write that down.
My records.
Big Sugar Ray, here, give him my pen. I want you to write down your nurse practitioner's name.
Thank you.
And the phone number.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of bills you got over there? What is that? What proof did you bring here?
This right here is basically saying that my insurance did not cover these second two procedures.
Okay. Give it to Big Sugar Ray. Big Sugar Ray, hand it
you
to
very
me.
much.
And what else do you have?
Let's see.
Okay, so this is bills for $1,485.
Yes.
Okay, give me
Your
that
Honor,
nurse.
I'm not an insurance agent, but most adults, which Ms. Wilson is here, most adults would check with their insurance agency before there's a procedure and get it pre-qualified.
Well,
I'm sure
regardless
the
whether the
audience
insurance company, she's paying for it. Listen, sir. If it wasn't needed and the insurance company pays for it, you know who pays for it? We all pay for it.
It was needed, sir.
Okay, well, give me that phone number. Big Sugar Ray, give me the phone number.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and what other evidence you got that this was needed? What did you bring here today? Did you bring her charts? Did you bring any medical books? You see me up here? I got legal books. This has got the law. Where's your medical book saying that medical procedure was needed?
Your Honor, I'm sure that you, as well as the other folks here assembled today, are familiar with doctor-client privilege. I don't bring around medical charts to show strange people.
She's here to consent to it. You'd allow him to talk about it, wouldn't you?
Yes.
So,
if the patient agrees to it, you can talk about it all you want. You didn't bring anything?
That's why we're here.
all right, with your permission.
She's suing you. You're being sued. You can talk about it. Go ahead. Tell me about it.
Your Honor, this is about money. Ms. Wilson wants money. This
Of course
is
she wants
about,
money.
with me, honor. I'm a physician.
Right? And she wants your money. $1,480 because she said you took it unlawfully. And what you got to say
Took it
about it?
unlawfully.
She said you didn't need the procedure. Did you bring any proof that these procedures were necessary? Did you? That's all I'm asking. Any proof? Any books? Any research? And did you bring the pap smear showing that something's wrong with it?
With all due respect, would you want me to bring in your pap smear to show these people?
Listen, the only thing I got to say is this woman, did you have access to the pap smear to get it, bring it here today?
No.
Okay, did you ask for it or did you ask
Of course
for it?
she didn't. She's lying.
Yes, everything looks fine. I don't understand why he did those other procedures. They weren't needed.
It's open
Okay,
for
wait 1 second.
It's open for interpretation. She's not a physician.
The plaintiff is suing the defendant, her doctor, claiming he charged her for some unnecessary medical procedures. The defendant claims he is innocent and that these procedures were necessary.
All right, Dr. McDougall, I need to find out what this nurse practitioner's got to say. You better tell me if you're lying. Are you lying about this?
No, Your Honor. I'm a physician. I tell the truth. I save lives telling the truth.
Okay, let me call it. All right.
Dr. McDougall's office?
Yeah, is Dora Chandler there?
Just one moment.
Okay.
This is Dora.
Hi, Miss Chandler. This is Extreme Akim from Eye for an Eye TV show. How are you
I love
today?
your show. Oh my gosh.
Well, you may not like this. I've got your doctor in the courtroom, Dr. Francis McDougall, who I believe is your employer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've also got a Stephanie Wilson, who I think is a patient of yours.
Yes,
is that
sir.
correct? She is telling us in court that she had a conversation with you about her first pap smear. Do you remember that conversation?
Yes, let me pull up her chart right here. 1 second, please. Yes, everything looks fine. I don't understand why he did those other procedures. They weren't needed.
It's open
Okay,
for
wait 1 second.
It's open for interpretation. She's not a physician. She's my employee.
Sir, before I ask you some questions, I need to swear you in, okay? I'm going to ask you to hold up your right hand.
Yes, sir.
And do you swear to tell the truth, but nothing but the truth, so help you?
I do.
Okay. And so tell me exactly what the conversation was.
Well, after her pap smear, we were talking about what the next steps would be, and I told her there was nothing wrong with the pap smear and everything looked fine, nothing abnormal. I'm looking at her chart right here.
Okay, were you surprised that Dr. McDougall ordered some additional procedures?
Yes, just because there was nothing abnormal, nothing wrong at all in her pap smear, nothing that needed further investigation.
All right, Ms. Chandler. Well, I appreciate it, and thank you for watching the show, and we really appreciate your advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. McDougall. How long does Ms. Chandler work for you?
A little over 24 years
Okay,
as of today, because she's fired as of this phone call.
All right, well, I think I know what's going on here, and I'll issue my own type of justice in here. Thank you.
My question is for the young lady here on the right. I just wanted to know, how come you didn't get another opinion from another doctor?
Like I said earlier, this was my first procedure. This was my first appointment that I had ever had with a gynecologist. And I trusted my doctor in the beginning. I trusted he knew exactly what he was doing. And I just thought, go ahead and get it over with. I didn't think it would be more than 2.
All rise!
Dr. McDougall, I think that
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
procedure you did might be a little questionable, so I'm going to order a little procedure of my own. Big Sugar Ray, get them out of the cages, and let's get this table over here.
What's going on? What's going on?
Come on, get
What's going on?
out, get out of the cage, get out of the cage.
Okay,
you're happy.
now, Miss Wilson, I want you to trust me on this, okay? Okay?
Okay.
I just want you to sit on this table that we're going to call the medical examination table. Can you just sit on top?
Would you like for me to face you?
You could face either way, either way.
Judge Akim, is this absolutely necessary?
Okay. All right, Dr. McDougall, I'm going to order you. Come over here. You're the doctor. I'm going to order a little procedure myself. Come on over here. First of all, I'm going to order the procedure of you writing her a check for the $1,485. So pull out your checkbook. Pull it out. I want you to write it fast. You need a pen?
I've got one.
Now, ma'am, I know this was your first procedure, and I know how terrifying it could be for women to have to go to gynecologists and get up in the stirrups. $1,485 make out Stephanie Wilson. And so I want this doctor to know that every time a woman goes to the gynecologist that they're scared. I mean, it's a scary procedure. So first of all, I'm going to give you the $1,485 that, go ahead and hand that to her. Now I'm going to order me an unnecessary procedure. I'm going to now order that my unnecessary procedure is you're going to write her another $5,000 check for all of her trouble. Write it down. Write it. Got 5 seconds. $5,000. And sir, after you get done writing that $5,000, I want you to write another $5,000 and give it to your nurse practitioner, because she's the only one that told the truth here. Go ahead and write it. Send it to her. Write the $5,000 now,
Honor,
sir.
I've got plenty of money,
sir,
but you have no
you
justice.
lied in this courtroom. You write the check now. Write it and sign it. $5,000 made to Stephanie Wilson.
Blood money.
Well, write it. All right. Hand it to the women. Sugar Ray, give it to Sugar Ray. And this check better not bounce. All right, doctor. I want you to know, stand right here. I want you to know that every time a woman comes there, that these women are scared. You do this every day. This is part of your normal day. You do this. But they come here, they're human. They're scared. They have to put their legs up in stirrups. They have to feel violated. You have to have respect for these women. You have to not do procedures that they do not want or care about. And it's all about respect, and that's justice.
They've been totally manipulated here, but
why would we want to spend any time with you anyway if you don't have any time for us when you're at home?
Please don't act like your
it's
mother.
all control.
The plaintiff is suing the defendant, his ex-wife, because he wants to send their children to a private Christian academy for their education. The defendant wants her children to remain in the school that they are currently enrolled in.
All right. You're the plaintiff, Spencer Tobin, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and this is you're the divorced father of 3. You're the father of these kids, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're suing your ex-wife because you want your 2 younger children to attend a private Christian academy, and you want to pay for it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're the defendant in this case, Jenna Thompson, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're saying that you want to enroll them in the school because you have joint custody and you want to enroll them in some other better school, is that correct?
No, I want them to remain in the school that they're in, public school.
Okay, go ahead and tell me, Mr. Tobin, a little bit about your case.
We were married right out of high school.
Okay. I don't care about the divorce. You're divorced. You're the father of these kids. Why do you want these kids to be in another school?
I live in a great home right across the street is this fantastic Christian school. I mean, she teaches at a private school, so she knows the value of an education at a nice private school like that.
How far away do y'all live?
Pardon me?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
away.
So
Okay.
that's really a non-issue too. I mean, they can still hang out with the same
Yeah,
friends
but your
and have you.
Christian school is a Catholic school, and we're not even Catholic. You haven't been in a church in 20 years.
I'm Catholic.
What religion are you?
We're Episcopal.
Okay, and tell me what you want for the children.
I want my children to remain with me. He's controlling. He wants to control me and the children ever since we were married. That's all he's ever wanted. 19 years of marriage.
I'll tell you exactly what we're dealing with here. She has a new boyfriend. His name.
He has absolutely nothing to do with this.
Can I talk? His name.
No, you can't.
The guy's
talk.
name's Donald.
So what?
He's a very left-wing liberal.
What does that have to do with them going to Christian school?
No, I'm going to get to that, sir. He's very left-wing liberal, has some very strange views on the world, and he's basically corrupting my children. He's got them to the point now where they think...
No.
He has them to the point now where private schools, it's bad because it's making a bigger gap between the rich and the poor. He's totally got them thinking where private school is a horrible thing, and it's not. She teaches that.
Well, let me ask you, how long have the children been at this school?
Since grade school.
And what grade are you in? Tell me your names.
I'm Aston Tobin, and...
How old are you?
I'm a junior in high school.
And you've been going to the same school?
Yeah, I've been going to the same school all my life, since kindergarten.
And what about you?
I'm Carson Tobin. I've been going to high school, freshman.
And how long have you been at the same school?
Since grade school.
Okay. Do you want to move schools?
No.
Here's the funny thing.
Hey, 1 second. Do you want to move schools?
Never.
Okay.
No.
Tell me about your relationship with your father.
I mean, we absolutely love our dad. I mean, we have to love him, but we absolutely love him to death. It's just that every time we go up to his house, he's always on his cell phone. He always has something to do with work.
His job.
Yeah, he always has something to do with work. He never has any time for us.
How often is he on his cell phone?
Rihanna, can I interject?
Wait 1 second. Let me ask your boy. How long is he on the cell phone a lot? Tell
Always.
When you say always, what do you mean by that?
And we go to a theme park, movie theater, phone rings, he's gone.
I have the kids' first, third, and fifth weekend of the month.
And you do nothing
I'm a
with them.
contractor.
You're only
I build
on the
homes.
phone.
Excuse me. I build homes. A lot of my business is on weekends. If I shut down my cell phone first, third, and fifth weekend,
You know, what is the priority here? Is it your children or your job?
Yeah, she's got a good point here.
Children or your job?
When
you know, here's... Okay, I'll
I have been a mother 24/7 since they were born.
If I don't use my cell phone, my business shuts
Do you
down,
even know
and then
where
I
they go
don't
to
pay,
school?
and then I'm not able to pay
Do you
my.
even know the names
and then
of
I'm
their
not able to
teachers?
pay my child.
Let me just ask
to
him.
a PTA meeting?
Excuse me. Then
ever?
I can't pay my child support. Then we'll be sitting here 6 months later because she'll be complaining I'm not paying my child support.
Let me ask you something. When you're with him, you get every other weekend. Is that what you get?
Yeah,
Okay. When
first,
you're with
third,
them,
and fifth.
what percentage of time do you think he's on the cell phone with work or anything? Let me ask your kids.
95%.
Yeah,
How long?
95 or more.
Let's get back to Donald, Your Honor.
Does it bother you?
Donald?
Does
Yeah,
it bother you?
bothers us a lot. He doesn't ever have any time for us.
It's not your boy's fault.
They didn't have this opinion
He's
until
just
Donald came into the
intimidated
show.
because the man
They
acts
wanted
like
to go
more
to
of a
the pri-
father than he
They
does.
wanted to go to this private school. They were excited. Yes,
We did not want to go to private school.
They've been totally manipulated here by
Why
this
would we
guy.
want to spend any time with
They
you
were
anyway if you don't have any time for us
Please
when you're at
don't
home?
act like your
It's
mother.
all control. It's all control.
They wanted to go to this school until this Donald guy came into the picture.
It has nothing to do with
All right,
this.
let's
It's
listen.
you being
It's all
a
about-
control
it's all
freak.
about Donald.
Control freak.
All right. Let's see. I think I know what's going on here. First of all, I think you just brought your wife here with the kids just to harass them. I mean, why would you want to uproot them from the school they've been going through their whole life? Obviously, your kids don't want to go to this school, to go to some school near you whenever you're not even really spending time with them. When you are with them, you're off at your work and stuff like that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Let me
a
ask
minute,
you
sir,
something.
let me say,
Do you want to get rid of that cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. Did you bring your cell phone here with you today?
Yes, sir.
Big Sugar Ray, get a cell phone.
What about the text messaging they're doing on their cell phone?
Big Sugar Ray.
But we have time for you.
Okay, sir, I'm going to solve this problem once for all. And ma'am, I'm going to solve it for you too. Sugar Ray, I'm going to ask you that you give that cell phone to those two kids, and you give them my bat, and they get to destroy that cell phone. Ma'am, you might want to get out of the cage for this. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground.
Now we can pop it.
And sir, this will be the last time you talk on the cell phone when you're with your kids. Now I want you to remember this. This is a lesson. That your kids come first, not that little piece of machine. You didn't give birth to that machine. You gave birth to these kids. Crush it. Hit it. Go ahead. Okay, that's it. Okay, now you hit it. Go ahead.
Stomp on it.
You hit it. One more time. Hit it one more time. Okay. Sir, this is your flesh and blood. I want you to take that phone, and I want y'all to throw it out the window on the way home into the river. That y'all take that phone with you. Now, that's justice. Thank you. Unfortunately, in today's society, people use their children as pawn to gain an advantage against their spouse. They may use it for visitation, they may use it as a custody dispute, but you shouldn't use your children as a pawn. When you go to court to determine children issues, the judge is going to make a decision based on what is the best interest of the child. So when you're making decisions in everyday life, you should make a decision on what is best interest of your child, because that's what's going to happen in court. So remember, don't get revenge, come to my court.